Music is expansive, loud, glimmering, leaving no visible trace. The notes I make are a dynamic medium to investigate people and space. Music is a mirror, a shiny, reflective extension of the curving, soothing dialoguing heard in early communication. Attuned rhythms reflecting back unseen corners of my mind. I see things about myself, veins of blue rock to be mined. Music is my paint, movement, stimming, voice and social poetry. Through ambling walks of stylistic foraging, it flows and morphs cross-modally. Music can trigger flashbacks. Some chords physically hurt because my relationship with music emerged in a landscape of psychological and physical entrapment within an extreme fundamentalist house, church, cult. In reaction to music and censorship, I became entranced by music that's secret. The confidentiality of music therapy fascinates me. Songs or stories other than music and war of galvanizing people towards fighting for a foreign cause. Juxtaposition leads to greater understanding. We have to stop thinking of music as a stimulus leading to predictable responses in the person. Ruud, 2008. In to speak to my lived experience. Alfred Schnittke, Ivan Moody writes that his music has proved polystylism to be an efficient generator of that kind of alienation expressed in ironic manipulation of various stylistic elements, which Schnittke has taken over from Shostakovich. The Piano Quintet of 1976 is a peculiarly intense example of this, in juxtaposing non-tonal materials of profound blackness with nostalgic reminiscences of other types of music, a Viennese waltz, for example, or very simple lamenting tonal gestures, the feeling of isolation and bereavement is made almost physically unbearable. Listening, settling in with ongoing tension, striking beauty, these oil and water interactions, comprising sorrowfully these irreconcilable sound worlds, a phenomenon that language cannot convey. Polystylism feels like holding to opposing ends of magnets in my fingers. They bring a tangibility to the nothingness, a kind of spongy texture to the void between. Then, because the intangible has become tangible, that tangibility enables the feelings of grief in the chasm between the two worlds to rise. Schnittke is one of the few composers whose music brings an experience of music that is as polarized as my life. It is music in which I can see myself, myself. It is a place where we see our disabled existence, the collision of my barriers and musical privilege, an antidote to the imposter feelings. Post-ableist music therapy also brings attention to the painful in-between spaces, previously hidden crevices, if client and therapist, able and disabled, sat on tectonic plates. Post-ableist aims to draw up the hot, bubbled magma so we notice the power it impacts on language and behavior in how we relate. One of Shaw's post-ableist research experiments is to play both sides of a dichotomy musically. My best buddy and I tried this out on trumpet and clarinet to understand the barriers we had both experienced as